Hello, my friends, and welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Ben, and today I have a very special episode for you. This episode is about one day in the past. I will tell you what I did from the morning until the night. I will use slow English, easy sentences, and the past tense. Okay, this story is for beginning level learners. So relax, listen carefully, and imagine the day with me. You can pause the video and repeat the sentences after me. I woke up yesterday morning at 6 o'clock. The alarm on my phone rang loudly. It played my favorite song. I turned it off quickly. I did not want to wake my roommate. The room was dark. The curtains blocked the morning light. I sat up in my bed. The mattress was soft and comfortable. I stretched my arms above my head. I yawned. I was still very tired. I picked up my phone. I checked my messages. There were 3 texts from my friend. There were 5 emails about work. There was 1 notification from social media. I put the phone down. I did not want to think about work yet. I stood up slowly. My feet touched the cold floor. I walked to the window. I opened the curtains. The sun was just rising. The sky was pink and orange. It was beautiful. I went to the bathroom. I turned on the light. It was very bright. I looked at myself in the mirror. My hair was messy. My eyes were still sleepy. I brushed my teeth for 2 minutes. The toothpaste tasted like mint. I washed my face with warm water. The water felt good on my skin. I dried my face with a soft towel. Now I felt more awake. I took a hot shower. The water was perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. I used shampoo on my hair. I used soap on my body. The bathroom filled with steam. After 10 minutes, I turned off the water. I stepped out of the shower. I wrapped a towel around myself. The bathroom mirror was foggy. I could not see my reflection. I went back to my bedroom. I opened my closet. I chose my clothes for the day. I put on a blue shirt. I put on black pants. I wore comfortable shoes. I looked at myself in the full mirror. I looked professional. I was ready for work. I grabbed my backpack. I put my laptop inside. I put my water bottle inside. I put my lunch inside. I went to the kitchen. My roommate was already there. He was making coffee. The smell filled the room. It smelled wonderful. He asked if I wanted some. I said, "Yes, please." He poured coffee into 2 mugs. We sat at the small table. We drank our coffee together. It was strong and hot. We talked about our plans for the day. He had a big meeting. I had a presentation. I made breakfast. I cooked 2 eggs in a pan. I toasted 2 pieces of bread. I cut an avocado in half. I spread the avocado on the toast. I put the eggs on top. I added salt and pepper. It looked delicious. I ate slowly. I enjoyed every bite. The eggs were perfectly cooked. The avocado was creamy. The toast was crunchy. After breakfast, I washed the dishes. I dried them with a towel. I put them away in the cabinet. I checked the time on my phone. It was 7:30. I needed to leave soon. I put on my jacket. I picked up my backpack. I said goodbye to my roommate. I walked out the door. Outside, the morning was cool. The air was fresh. I walked to the bus stop. There were many people waiting. Some were looking at their phones. Some were drinking coffee. Some were talking to each other. The bus arrived after 5 minutes. It was crowded. I found a seat near the window. I put in my earphones. I listened to a podcast. It was about history. The bus moved slowly through traffic. I arrived at my office building at 8:15. The building was tall and modern. It had glass walls. I walked through the main entrance. I showed my ID card to security. I took the elevator to the 10th floor. The elevator was fast. My ears popped a little. The doors opened. I walked to my desk. My computer was waiting for me. I turned on my computer. I checked my emails again. There were 10 new messages. I answered the important ones first. I worked on my presentation. I added new slides. I checked the numbers. I practiced what I would say. My colleague came to my desk. She asked about the project. We discussed the details. She gave me good advice. At noon, I took a lunch break. I went to the office kitchen. I heated my lunch in the microwave. It was leftover pasta from last night. I ate with my coworkers. We sat at a round table. We talked about movies. We laughed at funny stories. One person shared photos from their vacation. The break went by quickly. In the afternoon, I gave my presentation. There were 15 people in the meeting room. I stood at the front. I clicked through my slides. I explained each point clearly. People asked questions. I answered them confidently. The presentation lasted 30 minutes. My boss said, "I did a good job." I felt proud and relieved. After the presentation, I returned to my desk. I worked on other tasks. I wrote reports. I analyzed data. I attended 2 more meetings online. The hours passed quickly. Before I knew it, it was 5:30. Time to go home. I saved all my work. I turned off my computer. I packed my backpack. I said goodbye to my colleagues. I took the bus home again. This time I got a seat easily. The bus was less crowded. I looked out the window. I watched the city pass by. I saw people walking dogs. I saw children playing in a park. I saw restaurants getting ready for dinner. The sun was setting. The sky turned golden. When I got home, I was tired but happy. I changed into comfortable clothes. I wore sweatpants and an old t-shirt. I made dinner. I cooked chicken with vegetables and rice. I seasoned everything well. The kitchen smelled amazing. I set the table for one. I ate while watching a TV show. It was a comedy. I laughed several times. After dinner, I called my parents. They lived in another city. We talked for 20 minutes. They asked about my work. I asked about their health. My mother told me about her garden. My father told me about his new hobby. It was nice to hear their voices. We said, "I love you" before hanging up. I spent the evening relaxing. I read a book for 30 minutes. It was a mystery novel. I did some stretches on my yoga mat. My muscles felt better. I took a warm bath. I added bubbles. The water was soothing. I listened to calm music. I felt all the stress leave my body. Before bed, I prepared for the next day. I set my alarm. I charged my phone. I chose my clothes. I wrote in my journal. I wrote 3 things I was grateful for. I turned off all the lights. I got into bed. The sheets were soft and clean. I closed my eyes. I thought about my day. It was a good day. A normal day. But I was thankful for it. And then I fell asleep. Okay? And that was my story. My day in the past. Yesterday was busy, but also peaceful. It was modern life with technology, work, and simple pleasures. Thank you, my friends, for listening to English Unleashed. I hope this story helped you practice the past tense. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.